Hi guys, welcome to peach.moonstonetarot. This is my first video in this channel, and I felt drawn to do a video on inner child healing. What messages want to come out from your inner child to you for your personal development, for healing, for better integration of yourself with your higher self, okay, in that sense. And also, if you find my readings valuable for you guys, and if you like them, if it resonates, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Like this video, comment on this video, okay, all that. Also, so today we have like 3 piles to choose from. I'll also be doing a collective reading in the beginning before we commence on the 3 piles. So this is pile 1, this is pile 2, and this is pile 3. These are random objects besides the rocks or the crystals. This is one of my ear tops that I wear. Okay, and this is a charm, evil eye charm, along with those quartz crystal. This is clear quartz crystal, raw form. This is also raw form, and this is I knew the name, but now I've like forgotten. So this is for the third eye, in that sense. Okay, I believe this is like Lapis Lazuli. Yeah, this is Lapis Lazuli. This is rose quartz, and this is clear quartz. Okay, so let's begin. Let's begin for the collective message regarding inner child healing. What wants to come through? Okay, the message is trickery, and you have valley, torch, and wishbone. Okay, I believe the collective has been through a situation where people or circumstances in their life were not very honest, or they had ulterior motives, or they were not very honest or clear about what they wanted from you and ended up taking more than what you were willing to give, okay? And vice versa, maybe. So, and this is also for you to understand that when you're trying to trick the other person, because of the idea of separation, you may think, it has nothing to do with you, but in life, whatever circumstances or situations we are made to have to deal with by the universe, whatever is put in our path, it's for us to understand that whatever is on the outside is whatever on the inside. So if there is a shadow side of you that needs healing, it will manifest in the form of a circumstance where you need to delve deep inside yourselves and then try to understand what this situation is trying to teach you, what it's trying to tell you. Also, because I've got these 3 additional cards, I kind of feel you were the one who was tricked rather than you were the one who was tricking people. So it shows that you have a deep inner resilience, and this card also says that it will take you very far, okay? And you've done a lot of work on yourselves. You are much further along the path than people who are in complete denial of denial, or more in their ego self, okay? Also, this card does speak of spiritual development, enlightenment, and awareness and understanding. So you do understand the laws of the universe. You do understand the ways of the universe. Yeah, and somewhere like this purple color in this card has been attracting me. I did come across this card previously also, like in a couple of my readings. And this purple color has been calling me out. I feel a lot of you guys are really awakening to your truth and becoming much more sensitive and intuitive. And if you've been wishing for putting an end to this situation where you were not valued, your worth was not appreciated, or you were not treated with a sense of dignity and respect, then that situation is definitely ending. Apart from that, whatever you've been wishing for, it is also coming true. Yeah. So you've done a lot of healing of your inner child. Like if you felt you were tricked or you were fooled by those people in the role of guardians above you, like parent figures, mother figures, father figures, authority figures, anybody as such, that this situation is coming to full circle. And in this entire situation, although it was painful, you have learned a very valuable lesson, and that your heart chakra is expanding. You are becoming closer to your inner child. You are becoming someone who can easily let go of hurts and pains, okay? This is what is coming up for you, for the collective. This was such a pretty beautiful message, actually. Okay, so let's head on to those who've chosen pile number 1. Let's keep this aside. Where do I keep this? Let's do this. Pile number 1. Let's keep these also on the side. And this is what your inner child wants you to embrace. Okay? Yeah. The first look, I kind of feel all the cards are contradictory. Okay, it's like this is like telling of you having to need for you to need to have a sense of patience, to not be impatient and ruin all the efforts that you've put in so far. And this card is speaking of you being done with whatever your situation is and looking ahead and seeing what else is there for me. And this card says that whatever you've been wishing for is coming in soon. If there has been, a couple of things that have been disturbing you, you've been wanting to heal from, you've been wanting to grow from, this is definitely coming in fast. I feel what your inner child wants you to embrace is probably you were patient with the situation for a long time, and perhaps it never grew the fruits that you were wanting or you were needing. Okay, I hope the noise is not that visible, that audible. Sorry. Oh my god, my neighbors. Excuse me, guys. I hope just turn on the AC so that the noise can be cancelled a bit. So, okay, I was saying is this is relating to that aspect of your inner child, inner child wound, regarding which you were you need to wait for a long time regarding this thing, and you finally come to this realization that, or your inner child wants you to come to this realization that whatever you've been waiting on for a long time is a situation that's no longer aligned for you. It's better you leave it and embrace something new out there. What this new thing is out there is not, I can't get from the cards quite yet, but whatever you've been through in life so far, that needs to let go now. That needs to be replaced in your life now, and it's a done chapter. You've probably learned your lessons, and it's very right for you to turn your back towards the situation and try to move forward in your life. And whatever you've been wishing for, like in the collective message I said, whatever you've been wishing for, it is coming in fast. Because of these two cards, I kind of feel this is coming in fast, and this is to do with something to be coming from abroad, from a foreign location, from a location that has a lot of water bodies. Most people, like me, it can be a coastal or a sea area, or like even a lake, or something of that sorts. I'm also drawn to these. I don't know what exactly these are. It makes me feel as if pomegranate, like almost like the peel is like peeled off and then only the interior is visible, mostly in that sense. And pomegranates are, these fruits signify being highly creative, productive. It's like you have the power to procreate and bring forth in the 3D whatever you've been desiring. This card, because of this thing that called out to me, I feel somewhere like this is also giving off the magician energy. And what I mean by magician energy is that you are somebody who is very good at manifesting whatever you've been desiring. For that, you have to keep a lot of faith in you that whatever you've been desiring will come true, and not let fears or any sort of negative thinking pattern affect you, because then that would maybe push your manifestations further, and then it would take much more time to come to fruition. Okay, this is what your inner child wants you to embrace. It wants you to let go of the past or the situation you've been at and embrace a more explorative approach on life. And it also wants you to explore and believe that whatever you've been desiring, it will come through to you, and it is coming in fast. And if there were in the past, despite you desiring this for yourself for a long time, if there were many blockages in the past, it's also for you to understand or know that it is all such blockages are being removed, and this thing is very, very quickly coming into your life. Let's see. Okay, this was also the additional card. Okay, so this says hidden secrets can harm you. This can either be taken in two ways. Okay, I feel maybe there are certain information or there are certain things that you need to be discussing with your close ones, with your family, with your parents, or with your spouse, people who have your back. Probably you need to come clean with them and not, keep everything to yourselves. One way is that. Another way is, yeah, that is what I feel. Again, I'm getting this idea from the collective reading, the trickery card. So maybe let's go to these cards and then see if this makes any sense additionally. This is what your inner child wants you to let go of. Just a sec, I think this is the Cups card, definitely. Probably Page or Knight. Okay, this is the Page of Cups card. Probably this was to do with something that you were really interested in, that you had your hearts in and it never really took off, okay? And there was disappointment involved. You wanted to turn a new page, brand new page in your life, but that never happened probably. Or maybe this is to do with your childhood, on how you felt, like you had to stay here, put here, not like fly out like the rest of the birds are doing in this picture. Maybe you felt trapped. This card somewhere, the imagery also makes me feel like it resembles the Eight of Swords cards, which means, although we're not trapped, it's our mind which is making us feel trapped and helpless and powerless. This is also, yeah, so again, making all these, this is saying your inner child wants you to let go of. Also blaming people, probably, of understanding, why they played the role they played in your life or in your situation, and accept it in a way where you accept it because they did that. Because see, like in any situation we are in, it's not like how we are treated does not depend on how we are as person. How we are treated by the other person is totally dependent on how the other person is, okay? And this is for you to understand and to let go of whatever role they played in your life, and even if it had like harmed you a lot, this is for you to understand that they can no longer do that to you, and you can move on from your life. You can just fly off, take that flight, and you can turn a new page in your life. A new page that will be much more satisfying and emotionally healing for you. And for that, you also need to understand that it just won't happen like that, and that there are certain things that you need to put your effort into in order to heal from whatever the situation was, okay? This is the bonus card. Let's see. See, forgiveness. You need to forgive your caretakers for not being able to love you in the way you needed to be loved. Perhaps the way they loved you was not enough. Perhaps they loved you by giving you only material things and then denying you their time and attention and nurturing and all that. So this card tells you, if a situation in your life, if your parents, if your family, if your community has not accepted you or given you the love that you needed, it's okay, for someone to be able to give us the love that we are desiring. They firstly should be in a place where they are able to give that love to themselves. And a person can only give you what they can give to themselves. So know that, they could not give it to you because they didn't have that in them, that, they could even nurture themselves in that way. So they would never be able to give you. This is for you to understand, turn a page, forgive, and move on. And this card is also a card of hope, because it says if you were not loved in the way you needed to be loved, you will be loved that very way, like in its entirety, in that, like, you will be given that wholesome love, which you can feel to the deepest of your core, in a different place, in a different way, in a different person, in a different family, probably in a different community also. Yeah, and perhaps there are people who are not being very honest with you. Okay, and that would probably harm you. Maybe you need to put up strong boundaries and not give them the same access as you've been giving them before. That would also curb the amount of impact they could have on you if they intend to do certain things that are not good for you or negative or harmful towards you. Okay, Pile 1. I hope this gave you some clarity, some comfort, some understanding on how you should be going forwards in your life. I hope, yeah, and if you did like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Let's head on to pile number 2 now. Pile number 2 is for those who chose the rose quartz crystal and this eagle eye charm. And your cards are your inner child wants you to embrace, to be a more loving person, to embrace your emotions, your feelings well. Your inner child wants you to nurture your heart. Go with the flow. I mean, whatever you've been feeling, don't deny it. Feel it totally. Okay? And I also feel that, like, this is regarding your internal dialogue, where probably you are judgmental or very critical and harsh about yourselves also, probably. But your inner child is like, wants you to come to this sense of awakening, of knowing, of being aware that whatever methods you've been following or you were following in the past, it no longer is beneficial for you, no longer helps you in your personal development. So you have to, anytime you are feeling critical of yourselves, you have to be like, okay, you need to calm down, shut up. That's not how it is. And then try to think approach it in a more graceful way, where you are, despite you being a harsh person, you being a bad person, also you are equally entitled to be loved. And unless you love yourselves, nobody will do that. Okay, your inner child wants you to embrace this pile 2. And it is also saying that once you change or transition into a person who's more graceful of your failures, also of times where you felt you behaved very badly or harshly, or you were not proud of the kind of behavior you had or you put up with. Once your internal dialogue changes, you will start seeing the results. Probably you will start attracting better people, circumstances, situations, job, partners, friends. Yeah, it will work out for you. Again, like, look at this card. Although this is the Wands card, this is so much water out here. So yeah, probably you are the kind of person who does not embrace your emotions much. You probably would want to, or rather suppress your emotions, not be guided by them. But you also need to understand that what you suppress is what is expressed the loudest. Yeah, in very minuscule and very out there way. It's like saying, communication is 90% body language and 10% what we speak. So it is out there. It's just that we may be oblivious, while others can very much notice that in us. Okay, pile 2. Embrace your emotions. If you're feeling bad, say you're feeling bad. If you feel, a situation is no longer working out for you, express it, say it out to the other person. Otherwise, it's like, when you would not appreciate or when you would not respect what you're feeling, the other person will keep on probably gaslighting you, and you'll end up hurting yourselves too much. And then when it gets too much for you to bear, then it's very difficult to deal in such circumstances, right? Because yeah, you'll be overreacting on the smallest of things, which is basically because whatever resentments you were holding in and not dealing with, that is coming out as an outburst. You would not want that. And this is what your inner child wants you to embrace. You are getting the Judgment card here. So you are awakening to the truth. You are awakening to what you've been doing wrong. And you are also awakening to what you should be doing instead, so that you can see some movement or some progress or some development in the way you've been loving yourself. And it is coming, pile 2. It is coming. The Three of Wands card says that whatever you've been putting your efforts in, you will start to see the results of it. It's like you've done your work, planted the seeds, given the seeds to the necessary environment, given it the necessary amount of water, warmth, everything, and now you're getting to see that it's sprouting. It's more in that sense. It is not like from 0 to 100% right away, but more like saying from 0 to probably 10%, 20%, 15%, or 25%. Okay, so you are also encouraged to walk in this path. Yeah, and all this because there's this saying, if you guys have heard before or not, and I believe in it very much. It says like whenever you're going through a bad phase in your love life, it's also matches up, and you will also be going through a bad phase in your finances or your job or your career. In that sense, where your love life and your career go hand in hand. So if you're doing well in one department, it means you are also going to be doing well in the other department. So this gives me a feeling that your heart chakra is expanding, and with that you are being more receptive. So because of that, there is also chances of you gaining something financially from the way you've conducted yourself in the past. Yeah. And I guess this is also one of the boosts that encourages you to take on this path even more further. Okay, pile 2, let's go to what your inner child wants you to let go of. Flowering. This is the Queen of Pentacles card. Why would your inner child want you to let go of this? Hold on, guys. I'll just look at the guidebook to see if there's anything on this. This is the Queen of Pentacles, yeah. From the Osho's and Tarot deck. Hold on a sec, okay, guys. I kind of feel intuitively that you need to let go, as in you need to expand, maybe, or you need to go up to the next level now and be more in the King of Pentacles energy and let go of being in the Queen of Pentacles energy. So queens are essentially, this card is essentially water and earth. Yeah, so from being water and earth, you have to go to be earth and earth, probably. So I think it's time for you to get very practical with whatever you've been wanting in your life, with whatever you've been desiring in terms of your personal development, in terms of, anything that is painful for you or anything that is, you feel is like holding you back, okay? Although, this card talks of embracing your emotions and then dealing with them in a different way from the kind of way you've been dealing with them, in a way. And there's like too much of emotions, right, over here. So probably this means like you need to tone down your emotions a bit. And get practical. Yeah, that is exactly what I feel, because this queen is so abundant. She's so abundant, and like she lives lavishly, like very lavishly. For her, luxury, comfort is very important. She is someone who nurtures that in herself, also in others around her. She advocates for that. She's a good businesswoman, good business person, but probably she's operating a lot from her emotions, and which is probably not working in her favor. It's like, obviously it's not telling you don't be emotional. We all are sensitive. That is the nature of life. All of us are humans because we have our emotions, right, in that sense. But this card is asking you to tone down on it when it comes to your practical matters, when it comes to your business, when it comes to your job, when it comes to your money matters. Less of emotions and more of practicality. That way, you are going to be growing. Leaps and bounds. Yeah, so again, this card does talk of financial gain or like materials or finances, right? So this is somewhere related to your emotions and your finances. The more you are harsh and critical of yourselves, the more you would be able to make the kind of money you've been wanting to make. The more you are accepting of it, the more it'll get easier for you to, like tune in onto your practical side more. Okay, pile 2. Let's go and see all the extra bonus cards. Look at the contradiction in this, grief and joy. So these two cards are, God. Makes me feel happy looking at these cards, because it's like, see, maybe from grief, you're like turning a page and getting into a state of joy where you're genuinely enjoying what you have in your life. Because grief, you say, it's like, I think this has become so popular now that all of us are aware. Grief is all the love you had, which you could not give, right? Basically, and now you don't know where to give it to. Like, you're sad, you're crying. These cards represent your heart chakra and your solar chakra. So somewhere, the message I feel is also about standing in your power. Like being very confident in what you're doing, why you're doing, the way you are, the way you conduct yourself, the way you conduct all of your relationships, as in the way you conduct yourselves in your relationships or in your job or career, all that. Have confidence. It will give you the necessary healing, the boost, the joy, and the happiness. And in Hindi, there's this saying, right? After every disappointment, people generally say, "Dil chota mat karo," which is so beautiful, I feel, because it says after every setback, it's like, every painful situation that we have to go through, it's also an opportunity for us to expand our heart, to be more accepting, to be more loving, despite whatever the other person or the situation or the circumstance did to us. To be like, fine, okay, this happened, I'll heal through it and I'll move on. Maybe this had to teach me something which I was very probably oblivious to or didn't see it, or it might have been right in front of my eyes, yet I was too blinded to not see it. Okay, more in that sense. This is a message, inner child wants to tell you by two. I hope you all the love, blessings, and healing. I hope you've liked my reading. If you do, please like, share, subscribe. This would help me grow my channel and give a boost to my channel. And also, like, if you guys do have any requests on any topic that you'd want me to do, please suggest those in the comment box below. Thank you for being with me in this, and hopefully I'll be uploading more videos in the future. Until then, I would love if you guys would subscribe, if that is completely okay, to the Peach Moonstone Tarot channel. Okay, so let's head to pile 3 now. So this is for those of you who chose the clear quartz and this ear top or ear stud. Okay, let's see. What does your inner child want you to embrace? Okay. I think your inner child wants you to embrace yourselves, like, despite whoever you are. Embrace your individuality, and probably the fact that you're not very much same from the kind of parents or siblings you have, okay? Because this card talks of legacy, right? And this shows the various generations of a family. And probably you are different. And because of that, the Queen of Swords says, like, every time you come to the Queen of Swords, definitely she's a queen, so she is an emotional person, she is a heart-centered person. But at the same time, she knows that when her emotions are being taken advantage of, she can rely less on her emotions and more on her logic to see things as they are rather than, how we want them to be. Your inner child wants you to embrace the fact that you choosing to be in your authentic self itself is a legacy that you are creating for yourself and your family going forward. And this is where the Knight of Pentacles card comes in. This is saying, maybe this will be a slow thing initially, but this is the path you're supposed to be taking. And this dealings or relationship with a woman with blonde, gray, or white hair, I kind of feel this is to do with your probably mother figure, because this woman in this card, if you can see it clearly, sorry, in the Ten of Pentacles card, this woman, she looks like the wife, the mother, okay? And her hair, the length of her hair, it also looks to me as if it's blonde. And this woman, like, both of them have the same length and they have blonde hair. So I kind of feel your mother has been, trying to force or control, rather, in that sense, trying to control you to be doing the things in the same way that has been like done in your family, in your generations. But I suppose now it's time for you to break free of that and create your own identity, to work on your own legacy, to follow your calling, to embrace yourselves totally, unapologetically, and follow whatever is authentic to you. And for some reason, I mean, look at this. I love how the cards and the synchronicities work. I just looked at the card, and this also made me feel as if this is also a sword, because almost the length is also the same, You are gaining that clarity, mental clarity, and you know what to do. And your inner child is validating this for you to be embracing yourselves. Because actually nobody knows what's best for us, right? It's only that, like, even if I'm advising someone or trying to control someone, or by saying that I know better than you, I know better because, like, I know better for myself because of the path that I had to take. What if the path the other person has to be taking is completely different than the path that I've taken? And that means I don't know any better. It's for you to figure out what is good for you. And if I'm trying to control you, to put you in a box, or to put you in, yeah, literally a box or a role that you don't want to be playing, that is not meant for you, it's like you are doing a disservice to yourselves also, and the other person also, because the other person will also sooner or later realize that, you know, that was a mistake to try to control you to be going in the same path as that person had been going to, had like chosen to, basically. Okay, this is what your inner child wants you to embrace. Pile 3. Let's see what it wants you to let go of. Totality and inner voice. This is the 5 of Wands. This is the High Priestess card. Yeah, you are very intuitive. And you know things. Because of the dolphin card over here, like in this card, dolphins in this card, I feel maybe you should watch pile 2 as well. And the moon and this female here are like making me feel like this is something to do with your mother and her role, or a mother figure. It could also be your elder sister, okay? And their role on how they are trying to influence you and your life. This is something you need to let go of, probably. Yeah, people are not, like, everybody has their own agenda and they're trying to, you know, push it through without considering the other person totally at all, like even a bit at all in that sense. So your inner child is asking you to let go of this. And by this, I mean, I feel you intuitively know what you need to be doing, pile 3. And right now, I just got this feeling that maybe you should try to, you know, like, maybe you've not spoken enough, okay? You've not communicated enough what it is that you've been wanting, or what it is that you feel called to. Probably you need to sit down with these people and talk it out with them, and then maybe they would be able to understand your point of view or what you've been wanting, or could also like walk into your shoes, and vice versa for you as well. It's like everybody wants the same thing and they are fighting for it, because I want that for myself and I don't want to share, or from more of a lack mindset. Maybe it's something you need to let go of thinking that whatever, if I've been wanting, let's say, A, and if the other person is also wanting A, it's saying that there's only one A, so only either of us will get it and the other person will have to let go of it. While in reality, there could be multiple A's and you both could get the A's and it would not matter, right? So why are you even fighting, basically, in the first place? More in that sense. Maybe I'm like interpreting these cards totally differently from what they mean. This is what I feel. Also because of, like I'm saying, you're not seeing, or you're not, like, you're blinded, okay? I feel this woman, she's looking elsewhere, right? Your line of sight is elsewhere, and this woman, probably her sight is being blurred by this white thing, which I feel is the sun. She can't see, she just needs to trust. Yeah, so High Priestess energy. I feel rather than this is something you need to let go, I feel it's saying that, validating this thing which your inner child wants you to embrace. Spirit today is saying that you need to embrace this, whatever I just said in the first part of your pile. And for that, you need to have a stronger faith. Maybe you, like, you know, there's not much you can see right in front of you that would help you, or that would like give you the validation or the extra push to be able to be confident to follow that path. But essentially, you know in your heart that this is your truth. This is what is calling out to you the most. Also, pile 3, please have a look at pile 2, okay? Because this dolphin card has come up there also. And the soulmate card. And the base chakra card. Yeah. So this extra card is saying that you are your own soulmate, because before you could even, you know, think of somebody else being think of this, like have this notion or an idea that someone else is your soulmate. You are your own soulmate, and unless and until you start embodying that, probably you can't go much further in life in terms of how much of personal development you could do. This card also is the color red, which represents our base chakra, which speaks of us being or feeling secure in who we are as a person, in our body, in our personality, in our core personality in that sense. So you need to be your own soulmate, because before you find that in another person, I'm saying this in a very platonic way. By soulmate, I mean is you need to be your own best friend before you can expect someone else to be your best friend in like the context that that person would also be supportive of you. So unless you are supportive of yourselves, you will not get the kind of support that you've been expecting from those around you as well. Pile 3. This was your message, Pile 3. I hope this reading has given you some clarity. I hope it has resonated. And if it has, and if you've liked my videos, please hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel. My channel is the Peach.moonstonetarot channel, and this is my first video. And take care, and I hope you all the love and all the blessings and all the healing that can be possible in this journey of life. Until then, bye, take care.